Assalamualaikum and greetings. My name is Nushaira Afika. I will explain about the Samsung's company background. Samsung is a multinational corporation established in Seoul, South Korea. Lee Byung-chul created a company in South Korea in 1938. It began as a trading company before expanding into a consumer, construction machine, home appliances, and so on. Samsung also active in more than 80 countries. Every company has their own vision. Vision is also known as the long-term objective for the company to achieve. As for Samsung, the vision statement is creating a new future through innovative technology, product, and design that exchange people's lives and contribute to social prosperity. Next, mission. A mission is known as the short-term objective that company want to achieve in the future. The vision will not achieve if the company do not have a clear mission. The Samsung mission statement is to create superior product and services that contribute to a better global community with its talent and technology. Moving on to goals and objective. The goals and objective for the company is the Samsung want to create superior product and services that contribute to a better global community with its talent and technology through innovative technologies, product, and design to give customer the better quality of their life. Moving on to organizational culture of value, Samsung has innovation-centered organizational culture. This corporate culture is a component of an organizational culture that prioritizes the knowledge, abilities, and skill of employees in advising the company's technology goods such as laptop and smartphone. First, development of opportunities, passion for excellence, constant change, ethical foundation for integrity, and emphasis on prosperity for all. Logo. As we all know, this is the current logo for Samsung. This current design is the result of refinement made in 2005 to improve logo's visibility. Samsung designed the spacing and height of their letter marks so that they will create visual harmony through even distributions of letters. Next, for the board of directors, Samsung Electronics is made up of 6 independent directors and 5 executive directors. The majority of the board is made up of independent directors to guarantee effective and strategic decision making. The board make use of the knowledge and abilities in a variety of sectors.
Hello, my name is Jasper Jr. and now I will continue the presentation for Chapter 2, Company Review, which the first one is the SWOT analysis. In the SWOT analysis, the first one is strengths. So firstly, Samsung has an excellent brand value as a super brand, ranking 7 in the world in 2016. Samsung Electronics was ranked 7 in Interbrand's Best Global Brands 2016 with a brand value of 51.808 million over the last year. Secondly, R&D spending increased from 6.25% in 2013 to 6.9% in 2016. Research and development have always served as Samsung's primary focus since the company's founding. The third strength of Samsung is award-winning brand. The legitimacy of Samsung's position as an industry leader in terms of innovation is unquestioned. Samsung was successful in garnering a total of 48 wins at the International Design Excellence Awards. Next, innovations that are friendly to the environment. The reputation of Samsung brand has improved because of the company's innovation that are better for the environment. Other than that, exemplary European sales and distribution network, Samsung sells directly to retailers and service providers. As a result of this policy, only service dealers are in control of corporate sales. Besides, Samsung overtakes Intel as top chip seller. Because of Samsung's impressive growth, the company was recognized as the leading seller of chips in 2021 with a worldwide market share of 12.3%, which surpassed Intel that only had market share of 12% at the time. Moreover, excellent and consistent product mix and variety. This model places all responsibility for corporate sales with service dealers. The fact that Samsung is such a well-known brand means that electronics stores virtually always need to stock it. Lastly, over the course of 3 years from 2013 to 2016, the current ratio increased to 2.64 times and the quick ratio to 2.31 times, which means Samsung is in a very healthy ratio, which its ratio is more than 2. And now, moving on to the weaknesses of Samsung. Firstly, having a significant amount of reliance on the American markets. Despite Samsung's efforts to diversify its resources and grow its operation in Asia, the company is still very reliant on the markets in the United States. Secondly, this decline in smartphone sales. Since 2017, Samsung has seen a gradual decrease in the number of smartphones it sells. Because of the price sensitivity of the Chinese market, a pattern quite similar to the one witnessed in China was seen there. Furthermore, product failures. Samsung has released a number of defective devices into the market, including an exploding Samsung Galaxy A20e and a foldable phone that doesn't work properly. Next is dependence on low-end smartphones. Sales of smartphones at lower price points contribute significantly to Samsung's overall income. Moreover, hereditary rule or authority. Since the company's inception, Samsung has been run by members of the same family over 3 generations of management. Even while maintaining the leadership of Samsung within the family has provided the firm with an incredible amount of stability. Other than that, embezzlement scandal. In 2015, it was revealed that the president of Samsung had paid bribes to the members of South Korean government in order to enable a merger which severely damaged the company's image. Besides that, 100% of Korean corporate leaderships and management. Leadership with vision of Chairman Lee, strong leadership demonstrated by Samsung's owner-manager who established the company's vision and principle and fostered management techniques that were specific to Samsung has been one of the main reasons contributing to the company's success. Lastly, reduction in receivable turnover from 8.38 to 7.17 over 3 years from 2013 to 2016. This occurs when a Samsung company encounters more collection-minded customers. The account receivable turnover rate formula is used to quantify it. And now continue to the opportunities of Samsung. The first opportunities is 5G technology. The development of 5G technology gives Samsung a competitive advantage, which then enables the marketing of 5G technologies and helps users and the whole telecom sector get ready for the new age progression of innovation in cutting-edge technology. Secondly, significant trends. The market for super high vision technology has now been able to enter market due to increasing technological advancements and changing consumer preference regarding HD display monitors. Next, increased per capita income in developing countries. Revenue for Samsung Network grew along with rising Samsung sales. Sales for the company's semiconductor division increased by 18% over the previous year, which then generating a very huge profits. Other than that, Samsung has a diversified product portfolio, which includes clothing, automobiles, solid-state drives, and many more. Moreover, Samsung as a technological business, invests much in research and development every year. According to Samsung's quarterly business report, the company spent most ever on R&D during the January-September period. And besides that, Samsung develops a high-performance processor for next generation smartphone gaming. Samsung's new Exynos processor, at the forefront of breakthrough semiconductor technology, is the next level mobile processor. And additionally, In developed nations, consumers choose eco-friendly items. Samsung Electronics will step up their efforts to improve the circularity of electronics use of resources across a product's full life cycle. Last but not least, consumer with higher purchasing power in developed countries. Apart from innovation, the major reasons driving its success are high quality products, marketing, and also customer focus. So now moving on to the threats of Samsung. The first threat is boost competition. Boost competition in the technology market from major competitors like Apple, Xiaomi, and Huawei. Samsung is the market leader in smartphones globally, although Apple, Xiaomi, Huawei, and HTC are all fierce rivals. Secondly, patent infringement disputes. Samsung has been involved in several issues that have affected its company. Next is legal and regulatory dangers. As the world becomes globalized and technologically oriented, political agencies have begun publishing rules that pose increased legal and regulatory risk to businessmen worldwide. Besides, uncertainty in the economy. Recent developments have heightened market uncertainty. And moreover, LG's foldable display technology could outperform Samsung's. While LG does not appear to be making significant ripples in the smartphone sector, the firm does have multiple divisions. Other than that, phone users who are dissatisfied. According to one complaint, even after a user cleared their entire cache and re-entered the cache setting, all the data is remain. The cache does not disappear no matter how many times you erase it. Additionally, loss of brand value as a result of recall of Galaxy Note 7 smartphone in 2016. The firms quickly dispatched its engineers to identify the issue's root cause. The original assessment indicated that batteries pulled from one of the providers had a problem. And lastly, for the threats is declining or stagnating middle class incomes in North America and the United States could reduce consumer buying power in those key markets for Samsung. Samsung heavily dependent on the American markets. Samsung has extended its activities in Asia and diversified its resources, but the American market remains its main source of revenue. So I think that's all for the SWOT analysis. Moving on to the next presenter. Thank you.
Next is the IFE matrix. IFE matrix is an internal factor evaluation tool that helps or allow the company to control the situations. As for the strength factor, maintaining a dominant position in Asian markets and Samsung overtaking Intel as the top chip seller is the most important factor for the company, as Samsung wants to dominate their positions in all markets. Next is the EFE matrix. The EFE matrix is used to assess situations in which the company has no control over the external factors. As a result, opportunities associated with rising per capita income in developing countries are less important to Samsung. The competitors' technologies and LG's foldable display technology is less important for the threat because Samsung can produce their own technology brand. Next is the CPM. The competitive profile matrix is used to identify a firm's major competitors as well as their strengths and weaknesses in relation to a simple firm's strategic positions. The CPM also includes 12 official success factors that include internal and external issues. According to the results, Samsung has excellent performance with the highest total weight score of 3.61 compared to Apple 2.70 and Huawei 2.13. And as for the achievements, I believe that Samsung has won a handful of awards. For example, a Forbes Brand Finance Design Award, Idea Design Award, CIO 100 Award, and Red Dot Design Award. And as a big company, of course, Samsung also have problems that they are facing. And we are able to highlight 3 problems that they are facing currently, which is a short semiconductor supply, an intense competitions, and ongoing legal issues. As for the conclusion, after transitioning to a smartphone portfolio, Samsung quickly rose to the top of the global market. However, the saturation of the smartphone market is causing a shift towards a low-cost competition. Based on Xiaomi's recent success, Samsung needs to spread its own ecosystem to consumers in order to confirm its competitive edge with attractive product marketing strategies. To maintain its revenue growth, Samsung must devise a new strategy. Samsung should attract more customers with very few differentiating points based on the same open operating system.
Okay, next is chapter 3, which is company strategic plan. In this chapter 3, I will present about space metric, IE metric, and stage 3, which is QSPM. Okay, first let's look into the space metric. So, space metric, or the strategic position and action evaluation metric, is a 4-quadrant framework that show which strategies like aggressive, conservative, defensive, or competitive strategies are the best for the company. For Samsung, both internal and external analysis, like internal analysis such as financial position and competitive position, is 6.2 and 1.4 on average, respectively, and for the external analysis such as stability position and industry position is 2.6 and 6.4 on average. This means that the company is financially stable and has a lot of advantages over its competitors in a growing and stable industry where aggressive strategies are common. So, the Samsung company is under aggressive strategy position, and under this position, there are some strategy that can be implemented which is backward, forward, horizontal integration, market penetration, market development, market product development, and diversification, which is related to under. Okay, so next is IE metrics. So the IE metric is based on 2 key dimensions, which are the IFE total weightage score on the x-axis and the EFE total weightage score on the y-axis. There are 3 major regions under the IE matrix, which is grow and build, hold and maintain, and harvest or diverse. So according to the IE metric result, the Samsung company is on hold and maintain position. In this position, the strategy that can be implemented by the Samsung is market penetration and market development. Okay, next is quantitative strategic planning metrics, which is QSPM, where this is the last part or the last stage in chapter 3. So the QSPM is used to find which alternative strategy are the best for the company. Basically, there are 3 stages, which is stage 1, input stage, where we summarize the basic input information needed to formulate strategies, where it consists EFE, IFE metrics, and CPM metrics. Next is stage 2, which is matching stage, where we focus on generating feasible alternative strategy by aligning key external and internal factors. This includes SWOT metric, space metric, BCG metrics, internal external or IE metrics, and the grand strategy metrics. In this stage 2, we will select three strategy that can be implemented for the company. So the last stage is QSPM, which is this stage where it reveals the relative effectiveness of alternative strategy and provide objective basic for selecting specific strategy. So for this slide, we can see that the three strategy that we decide to choose is market development, market penetration, and backward integration. And this is the strength and weakness table. So in this slide, we see that there is opportunities and threat table, and the total of total effective score for three strategy, which is market development, market penetration, and backward integration. So according to the result from QSPM, the best strategy that Samsung can implement is market development, where the total effective is 5.7 points higher than the other two strategy. So the rank is, the first rank is market development, followed by market penetration, and the last is backward integration. So that's all for me. I will pass to the next person.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I will be presenting three best strategies that has been selected based on the result from QSPM. So the three strategies are market development, followed by market penetrations, and backward integrations. So I will be explaining on how Samsung can implement these strategies. First and foremost, we start with the market development. So market development is the approach that seeks to sell existing product in the new market. New market here can be referred to a new geographical locations. Samsung now has officially operates in 74 countries around the world. So Samsung can implement market development by opening stores in the new locations where their products and services is not available yet. Other than this, market development strategies also can be done by selling existing product to a new group of consumer. I would like to take Samsung Watch as example to this. Before this, Samsung Watch are only designated for adult and teenagers. We propose that Samsung should make its Samsung Watch available for kids to add new market segment. We believe that this is possible because at the moment, most of Samsung smartphone has features that call Samsung Kids Mode. So this feature should be adapted on Samsung Watch so kids can safely wear it. We see a lot of benefits of using this, such as it enables parents to monitor their children's activities. Next is the market penetrations, which is strategies that focus on boosting existing product on the existing market. We suggest that Samsung should be more active involving in the public relations campaign. For example, Samsung can become partners or sponsors to some of the sport events that will be held on this and next year, such as Tennis French Open in Paris or Summer Olympic in 2024. The last strategies is the backward integration. So backward integrations involve companies to acquire other companies that supplies raw material needed for the operations. Current issues of Samsung is there was a shortage of semiconductor chips. One of the reasons is the shortage of the component that used to make chips like silicon wafer, germanium, electrodes, and other related components. Throughout Samsung operations until now, they have built a relationship with a lot of suppliers. So we propose that Samsung should acquire some of its existing suppliers, such like Advantage Corporations from Japan that manufactures test equipment for semiconductor, and also apply material incorporations that supply equipment for semiconductor processing. Now we have reached the last chapter, and let's begin the expectations of the new strategy. Based on the analysis we have done from IFE, EFP, and CPM metrics to some strategy formulation methods, we are optimistic that all of the strategy proposed will help Samsung in a better way. As for the market development, a better and high potential market will enable Samsung to find customers of its existing product. And of course, by entering a new market segments, the product can survive better and longer in the midst of intense competitions in the market. And for the market penetration strategies, we expect to see a noticeable growth of Samsung product and services. Samsung already done a lot of marketing strategies by utilizing the product, price, promotions, and place. Only that they have to consistently doing market penetrations strategies for most of their product and services. And Samsung has provided a variety of products, and I think it is not impossible for some of the product leading in the market. For the backward integrations, we expected that there will be an improvement in efficiency and cost saving in Samsung business operations. And by doing more integrations, we believe that Samsung can improve the resiliency of their supply chain. Next, we move to the recommendations. Samsung cannot just focus on the three strategies. If we recall, one of the Samsung problems is the ongoing legal issues, and these issues also should be solved. One of the effective approach includes evaluating board's performance. The board of directors must have prepared to assess their own advantages and disadvantages. Not to mention, when analyzing directors, credibility and integrity also should be considered. Samsung also should be more proactive in adapting the latest technologies. Samsung already have done a lot of research and development of its product, and it is good move in order to see a bright futures of Samsung. And by possessing the latest technologies that others don't have, Samsung can be ahead of the game. Regardless of any problems and issues faced by Samsung, there is always an effective strategies available to be implemented, no matter what problems occur. We have analyzed Samsung thoroughly to identify if there is any room for improvement regarding its operations in selling its product and providing service to the consumers worldwide. Their result from SWOT analysis is really useful for strategic analysis. Samsung should maintain its strength, improve their weakness, and be proactive in taking opportunities, and also always be cautious of the threats. It is crucial for Samsung to focus on the selected strategy in order to remain competitive and relevant in its sector. Hence, a meaningful outcomes will be achieved that will end up benefiting Samsung in many ways. I think that's all for our groups, and thank you very much.